Chilling facts leave no doubt. This case wasn't just open and shut. It was a masterclass in evil hiding in plain sight. And once the truth came out, it hit like a gut punch. She was calm, too calm. As the jury filed into the courtroom, you could almost hear her breathe, steady and silent. But what they were about to say would change her life forever. 20 minutes. That's all it took. And when you hear what she did, you'll understand why. Channel CTA. If you love unraveling twisted true crime cases that challenge the mind and chill the soul, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is True Crime Hub, and we're about to dive deep. Her name was Abigail Vaughn, 33 years old, kindergarten teacher, church volunteer, always brought cookies to the bake sale. People described her as sweet, maybe a little reserved, but kind. Soft-spoken, helpful, no criminal record, no red flags, no enemies. She taught at Oak Hollow Elementary for nearly 9 years. Her students adored her. Parents trusted her. She won Teacher of the Month 3 years in a row. She led Sunday school, volunteered at the animal shelter, even helped a struggling neighbor pay their electric bill. But inside her small blue house on Ashland Drive, something sinister was brewing. Behind the white picket fence and well-tended roses, darkness hid in plain sight. No one suspected Abigail could be dangerous. No one suspected she could be deadly. But there were clues. Tiny ones. The kind you don't see until you're looking back through the rearview mirror of tragedy. Her friends said she was overly private about her marriage. Neighbors recalled never seeing her husband, Mark, after dark. One neighbor said Abigail would always answer the door alone and quickly step outside to talk, as if hiding something, or someone, inside. Her husband, Mark Vaughn, was reported missing on April 8, 2023. Abigail made the call herself. He didn't come home last night. It's not like him, she told the dispatcher. He always texts me. Police filed a missing person report. No signs of a struggle. No signs of forced entry. No signs of Mark. They canvassed the neighborhood. Checked hospitals. Reviewed his financial records. Nothing. His phone was off. His bank account untouched. His car, still parked in the driveway. Then police spoke to Mark's co-workers. Mark worked in IT at a cybersecurity firm. He was quiet but well-liked. Smart. Reliable. And for months, he had confided in a colleague about problems at home. He said Abigail was getting weird, the colleague told detectives. She was paranoid. Controlling. He thought she might be spying on him. That same co-worker shared an email Mark had sent, marked private, if anything happens to me. In it, he described his fear of Abigail's temper. He wrote about missing sleeping pills, about feeling drugged, and about hearing her talk in her sleep about getting rid of the problem. The email was chilling. Police now had reason to believe this wasn't just a missing person. It was a crime scene. Detectives secured a warrant and searched the Vaughn home. The kitchen was spotless. Too spotless. A UV light revealed recent bleach use. Cabinets were organized, counters immaculate. In the garage, they found a red toolbox that looked out of place. Inside, gloves, rope, duct tape, a scalpel, and a bottle of prescription-grade sedatives, prescribed to neither of them. A faint blood smear on the concrete floor caught their eye. Forensics later confirmed it was human, and it matched Mark's DNA. Then came the receipts. Abigail had purchased industrial cleaner, a large tarp, plastic sheeting, and a hacksaw from 3 separate hardware stores over a 2-week span. When questioned, she smiled and said, "Spring cleaning." Surveillance footage showed her loading the items into her SUV alone. No hesitation, no concern. Methodical. Calm. Then police found her journal. Dozens of pages, filled with beautiful cursive handwriting. Quotes from sermons. Grocery lists. Then one entry, dated April 6th. "He will leave soon. Or I'll help him leave. I am not weak. I am not afraid. This is justice. This is control." They brought her in for questioning. Abigail wore a pink sweater. Her hair was neatly tied back. She sat with perfect posture. Detective Ruiz asked her directly, "Abigail, did you harm your husband?" She smiled. "I loved him," she said. They showed her the blood evidence, the receipts, the surveillance video. Still calm. Then they mentioned the shallow grave discovered on her grandfather's abandoned property 40 miles away. Her eye twitched. Then, she laughed. "So they found him," she whispered. In a cold, clinical tone, Abigail confessed. She had crushed sleeping pills into Mark's wine. Waited. Watched. then dragged his unconscious body to the garage and injected him with a sedative. He didn't feel a thing, she said. I made sure of that. She described every step of the cleanup, every mile she drove, every rock she placed on the grave. Control is everything, she said. The trial began 6 months later. Media flooded the courthouse. The case had gone viral. Teacher-turned-killer read one headline. Angel of Death in Suburbia read another. Prosecutors laid out the evidence in painful, meticulous detail. The confession, the diary, the receipts, the grave. The defense claimed mental illness, trauma, an abusive marriage. But the evidence was overwhelming. Psychological evaluations showed Abigail was sane, intelligent, fully aware. The prosecution closed with a single line. She didn't lose control. She took it. The jury was sent to deliberate. They returned in 20 minutes. Guilty. The Vaughn neighborhood was shaken. Parents were horrified that their children had once called Abigail Miss V. The school removed her photo from the teacher's wall. Her church scrubbed all mentions of her from their bulletins. Mark's funeral was attended by over 300 people. A quiet man who died screaming. Abigail was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In prison, she's quiet, distant, still writes in a diary. She gives me chills, one inmate said. She never breaks eye contact. Could this murder have been prevented? Mark tried to warn someone. He emailed a friend. He confided in co-workers. He even began documenting changes in his health, fainting spells, memory lapses. But no one knew how to help. And by the time he realized how far gone Abigail was, it was too late. Evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it wears a smile. Sometimes it teaches kindergarten. This wasn't just about one man's murder. It was about how easily manipulation can be hidden, how control can masquerade as affection, how a killer can live next door and still be the last person you suspect. Mark Vaughn deserved a future, a second chance, a life beyond fear. Instead, he became a lesson, a warning. He got justice because one person spoke up, because police listened, because a jury refused to doubt the obvious. And maybe, just maybe, someone watching this right now will recognize the signs in their own life. If that's you, speak up. Don't wait. If this case made your blood run cold, imagine how many stories are still out there, waiting to be told. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us at True Crime Hub for more stories that reveal the darkest corners of the human mind. Remember, evil doesn't always look evil. Sometimes, it smiles and bakes cookies.